So I'm Dave Morrow. I'm the creator of the Hard to Kill podcast and creator of Dave Morrow Personal Training Company that works with American and military veterans. Typically, like 80 to 90% of the time, it nails it right out of the park. I like to focus on the actual story of the individual that is actually speaking and not so much what I have to say. And then I'm able to post directly to the platforms on a schedule, which has saved me a tremendous amount of time because I don't have to save and then repost using a CRM on another platform. It's been great, and I know it's going to get better. Before I was using Vidyo.ai, I used some agencies, but typically I was still doing them on my own. As a one-man operation, it was very difficult to get enough short-form content out in a reasonable amount of time, and it was taking up way too much of my daily activities for it to be of any benefit. So typically I just wouldn't. And until I found Vidyo.ai, I was struggling because I was just focusing on the long form content to get that out in audio and video format, but the short form content was essentially non-existent. Once the long form content has been created and I determine which episode is going to go out, I take the video that has been edited for YouTube and put that into the Vidyo.ai platform. And then from there, I typically follow along with the IntelliClips as my first ones to target, because typically they're actually quite good and I just need to do minor tweaks. So that typically gives me 4 shorts right out of the gate. And those are the ones I'm going to prioritize. And then from there, I space them out throughout the week on the numerous platforms. And what's great is that I'm able to add the audio that I like, that I've typically already saved, and put that into the shorts already. And then I'm able to post directly to the platforms on a schedule, which has saved me a tremendous amount of time because I don't have to save and then repost using a CRM on another platform. So that's been really one of the biggest time savers overall. And then for YouTube, I'll take the longer form, so the 4 to 5 minute level clips, and then I'll actually bring those and save those and then post them directly through the YouTube studio. So all in all, it saved me, like I said, 3 to 4 hours a week easily. And all in all, the entire process, once I have an actual video done, all clipped up, takes me about an hour. And I batch that typically once during the week to get that out on Mondays. When it comes to the branding kit, I mean, I've saved some templates already, which I really enjoy because that saves a tremendous amount of time. I typically use only 2 different templates for my short form content. For the longer form content as well, I have my own template and my fonts and everything saved already. So for anybody creating content, that makes the process a lot faster and a lot smoother. Very satisfied with where that's at. And then when it comes to scheduling, the fact that I can already add in audios, there's a whole bunch of B-roll clips that I can put into any one of the short form content already there. That has saved me a tremendous amount of time as well. And another subscription to something that would require me to, pay, a monthly fee to get B-roll footage. So it's basically a one-stop shop. So because of that, it's just saved me a tremendous amount of time, and time is one of my most important assets right now. As much time as I can save when it comes to creating content is more room on my bottom line. So it improves my bottom line when it comes to business. But aside from that, the clipping of it is typically been, like I said, 80 to 90% right on the money. I like to focus on the actual story of the individual that is actually speaking and not so much what I have to say, because I find what they have to say is actually the valuable piece of the conversation, because I'm not typically the expert. And so the great thing about the IntelliClip is that it really focuses on the part of the video that is typically focused on the interviewee, which I find pretty interesting, and it's been great so far. So that's why I continue to use it. The other feature that I find really useful is that the fact there's an AI tool to actually generate a text based off the video, which has also saved me a tremendous amount of time when posting as well, with hashtags. So that's been really great, and obviously relevant to the actual platform itself and respects the character limits. That's been hugely beneficial so far. So I'm going to continue to use that in the future. I went from 200 and something followers or subscribers on my YouTube channel to over 5,000. Was consistent with my videos, and I was able to get a video that really blew up and hit over 200,000 views. And then the clips and the other videos that went along with it to promote it really just fed into that. And that was all thanks to Vidyo.ai, because I was able to actually get the videos out in a timely manner, and people were able to engage and then follow back to the main video. So that just fed the machine and fed the algorithm very, very, very well. So, that was one of the platforms that saw the biggest growth was my YouTube channel. What's been interesting is because I've been posting for a while, and before I was using Vidyo.ai, I used some agencies, but typically I was still doing them on my own. I was able to take an older podcast that did relatively well in audio. I was able to use the video, which I'd never actually published because I just didn't have the time. And I published that on YouTube and put some short video content from it as well. The video quality wasn't great, but the content was very good with a world-renowned expert. It's one of my best shorts to this day. And I was able to make 3 to 4 shorts based off of it. And that individual has been reposting it on his platform as well, because the short was so well done and so cleanly edited through Vidyo.ai. So that was the biggest win for repurposing for me.